Hello everyone. You guys, you don't know how long it took me to sit down really and decide on whether this video should go. I have sat down like 3 times, different days, and it was not a success until today. It is the 4th day, and I'm like, okay, now I think I should just do it. Today's video is really a special topic for me because I had come to realize about this issue. I think when I was already of this age, of this state, when I realized that, oh my God, so this is it, and this is how I was supposed to handle. And I'm still like learning. I'm learning from books. I'm learning from not really books, just one book. I read just one book about this topic. And maybe if I'll find another book, I would read, and if I get something interesting, I'll come and share it here. And I also read from YouTube channels and TED Talk and podcasts, 2 podcasts that have spoken about this, especially when I wanted to come here and add more into when I wanted more information about what I'm going to say today. That is when I went even further to look for what other people say about this topic. So the topic that I want to share with you guys is something that really very much relates to me, the issue of mental health. And I'm going to share some of my experiences when I'm going to explain the things. So if you know, okay, I'll just start with a story. I didn't really know that the issue of mental health is equally important as the issue of our physical health. I didn't know if when I get sick physically, I usually know the symptoms. I know if I'm about to catch fever, if I'm catching flu, if it's back home malaria. I would know, like, this is how it starts. And then immediately I would tell my mother or my father or my siblings, my boyfriend, and we would go into, let's check, if it's headache, maybe let's take Panadol. And if it goes even more, okay, now we will go into the doctor and being diagnosed and treat the issue and really focus on the medicine until when we finish this dosage. And then you're feeling good, back to normal again. But then if you don't treat it, then we have cases where, it even prolongs to heal very fast. You may get, if you even overdose yourself, you may get a reaction. If you don't share and you just keep it for yourself, it's really dangerous. And we even have cases when people die because of, not really taking care of their physical health. So the issue of mental health, for me, when I was listening to this podcast, really relates to how we are treating our physical bodies. So it has to be when you're feeling, first of all, you have to be aware that sometimes my mind or even the soul, but today we're just talking of the mind, sometimes my mind is catching symptoms that are really, when they are not taken care of, they're going to destroy the brain, the mind. If they're not taken care of, they're going to build up into symptoms that are really going to affect the mental health. So just for your information, our mental health are affected. They get ill, and this thing is caused by so many things. Stress, if you're situating yourself in very negative energy, putting so much negativities in your head, or if you have a lot of negativities around you, if you have you're depressed and you don't know, so that is the final results. When everything is building up and you don't really work on it, that is what it happens. So I will give you an example of a situation that happened to me, and this was my light bulb moment when I came to realize, no, I think I am sick. I think I need to deal with my mind. And I shared, and then it got somehow sorted, and I'm still learning until today. When I just feel a symptoms of something that is really triggering my mind, I am taking measures. And I'll share with you how it is. So I was working in this office where, I don't want to say where you're not appreciated, but like where the teammates, people who are on top of you, they don't really care about the well-being of everyone, but everyone was just there for their own good. And as far as I know, that as an employee I need to work and fulfill my responsibilities and duties, I know also my job satisfaction should also be taken care of. There are so many factors that are really important when it comes to help making your employee being satisfied with the job, but these things were not taken care of. And then slowly I was losing the interest of like the job, and slowly I was feeling very tired. I have not even started to work, but I'm tired. My brain, and I was feeling like a block, like really a block, that I could not think anything that relates to work. I could not think through, it even affected my education. So I didn't know what that was, but as far as I know myself, in situations like this, I usually just share with my family, and then they're like giving me advices, but I didn't know that this is the issue of mental health. So that is one example. And then that happened again in another space, and again in another space, until when I came to realize that, oh my God, it is my brain, it is my mental health that it has been affected because of too much anxiety, too much stress, too much negativities from people, people seeking self-approval, or I was seeking people's approval. There was so much building up, gossiping, judgment, snap judgment. Everyone is pointing fingers when you're doing something, it was just a lot of things, and it was just the issue of mental health. So now, as long as I have gone through this experience, I have come to realize that there are situations that now, if they will happen to me, if I see anyone who is very negative, I would definitely know how to work with that. Okay, so the first thing that you really need to do when you are about to understand, the whole issue of mental health at an individual level, you have to understand how your brain works, as how you know how your body works. So know that if you're feeling very maybe tired or demotivated, or just take time and analyze your brain at the personal level and how it operates, and understand the symptoms that really makes you feel whatever way, if it's sick or if it's tired, or if not, it's not motivation, or just deal with that. And also a second stage that I did, and I think it will also help you, is to share, just as how you're going to see the doctor when your body is feeling weak. Also do that. If you are capable of looking for a psychologist, a specialist on these issues, you can do that. If it's just the people who are very close to you, you can do that. You can talk to your family members, your close friends, just sharing about this particular issue. And then understand there's very good there's these emojis, the Instagram, Facebook emojis that I like. When you're writing your Facebook status, I will also share it here. What I want to say here, you should also know how to name your feeling. If you know how to name what you feel, then you will know how you feel when it is bad, when it is okay, so you can also know how to exactly name what you feel. That is the way you can speak your brain. Because sometimes we tend to have these days, these mental health issues, and when we just look it into days, we just say, this is just one of the bad day. It's just one of the bad day. But when they build up is when it's causing the issue of depression. Okay, yeah. And also when you look very much into now, when we are in this whole situation where there is so much anxiety which is building up, caused by different news that we are hearing from other countries. When you check on the numbers of people dying even also in our countries, the people that are like, getting the disease, we're also building up a sort of, worry. And so it's important also to try to distance yourself with all this information that they're really imposing negativity in you. So situate yourself with positive energy. That includes positive things, positive thoughts. If you are surrounded by people who are very negative, people who are giving you negative energy, and also make sure you don't give negative energy to others. That means you don't judge people, don't discourage people, just be a good person. So if you're situated yourself with bad people, for me, I'll call them bad, because if they're giving me negative energy, I don't know if that is correct, but if you're spotting, just be very keen. If you are spotting any person in your cycle, out of your cycle, who is very negative, maybe is not confident about you, but you're confident that you really are smart, you really are capable of doing things. And if they're not supporting what you're doing, if they're gossiping about you, if they are judging you, if they are, that is really negative. So just distance yourself from all that space and take care of yourself. That is also a very good way of, self-care, loving yourself. So love yourself and love your brain, and just love the whole you, and make sure you're feeling good. Because it is very, very, very sad that I came to realize all this when it is already like maybe too late, and I was really situating myself with this kind of people and this kind of energy that has really affected me. And I don't want that to happen to you. So at least we're in this space, and I want this space to be a very positive place. I have come also to realize that as far as I am situated in a workspace, also in school, and I realized that most of us spend a lot of time of our lives at work. So so our mental health is really tested in this space at school, where we are spending a lot of time. If you are like in a boarding school, in secondary school, because I know I have subscribers from that place. So what you need to do is to make sure you identify people who are really negative, and make sure you are also being a positive person toward other people. So you take care of other people's minds, other people's mental health, and also even if other people really are not very careful when it comes to, they're not even aware that, oh my God, what I'm doing is affecting someone's mental health. Just situate yourself a little further from that. So to be able to have a very good productivity, you need to make sure your mental stability is also very good. So work on that as well. So what you need to do also is to speak out your fears, speak out to other people, your anxiety, speak out if you need advice. Don't let these anxieties build up in you. Look for a person whom you really trust and talk to them. And also if sometimes it needs you to move out of a situation, I think just do that. So above all, just place yourself with the right energy, and be the right energy.